Hey everybody, Josh RV Nerd here with another weekly word from the nerd. And continuing last week's segment, which if this is the first one you're tuning into, catch the previous video first. That was all about how to spot the best deal if you don't have a trade. This is how to determine which one's the best deal if you do have a trade. So you know there's different situations for everybody. Watch whatever video works best for you. A lot of the same principles apply, but there's a couple key differences. When you have a trade, when you're swapping in or out a unit, and this is true again whether you're buying a car, a camper, motorhome, don't care. You have to look for the best trade difference. What is that? That's a number. That is basically price of my camper minus your trade allowance equals trade difference. The trick is you can't just go by that top line price. If you watch my last video, I kind of explained how that top line might not be the real number. So what you have to look for is the pre-tax price. After all the fees and the extra add-ons and everything are included, what is that number I get taxed on? That's the number you got to compare against. That's the real number. So here's a good example, and this is another real-world example that I've run into before. And notice it's dealer A, dealer B. I'm not saying us and them. We're not always, we sell a lot of trailers, guys, but I don't sell them all. I'm not trying to be a jerk about this. This is purely educational. I'm not trying to sell any one specific unit with this. So you got dealer A and dealer B. You've got a camper, and the phrase that everybody uses, it's incredible. Everyone says the same thing. How much you give me for mine? You know, what's mine worth? How much are you going to give me for mine? It's relative. That's the thing. It's relative to the top line number because the different things have different values. You know, if I've got an older trailer that I've had trouble selling, I might be able to go a little heavier on your trade. If we're looking at a brand new trailer that sells like crazy and I don't have to give it away, remember guys, God forbid, you remember that a dealership is a business. At some point we do have to turn a profit to keep the doors open. And there's a difference between a fair profit and a smoke and mirrors profit, and I've talked about that. But you look at this, you say, well, dealer A is giving me $12,000 for my trade. Dealer B is only giving me $9,500. Well, obviously, that's not the better deal, right? I don't know. Let's take a look here. If you look a little bit closer, if you boil down their pre-tax prices, dealer A is giving you more on trade, but their price tag is higher. So you're getting what here? About $2,500 more for your trade. But this price tag is $4,000 higher. So what you need to look at is the difference figure here. That's the result line. That's what this is. The result line, the difference figure is, and what is it? At the end of the day, it's how much money comes out of my pocket. If I'm a buyer, how much money is coming out of my pocket? Because, guys, isn't that really the number you're looking for? Not what do you give me for mine, but what do I have to give you to do this? That's really the number I think you're looking for. That's what this is all about, you see. So this might look like the better deal, but at the end of the day, it's $1,500 more money. Now, because the way taxes work, you have to understand, you pay tax usually on a top line or even in a trade difference situation. If you're dealing with an inflated sale price, you're paying taxes on fake money. Yuck. Now, if you're like most people and you're financing, you're paying interest on taxes on fluff money. Double yuck. Yuck, yuck. I mean, this is terrible. This is why we publish our pricing right online. It makes it clear and simple that people all the time tell us, well, the guy down the street's offering me $1,000 more for my trade. Yeah, but he's $1,200 higher on his price tag. It's all relative. You got to compare apples to apples, and it's not fun. But what's less fun? Is it fun calculating a couple numbers real quick, or is it fun losing a bunch of money that you worked your backside off for? Because that ain't fun. That ain't fun at all. We've all been took. We've all been took at least once or twice. I remember the first time I opened a package from eBay and it was not what I was thinking. We've all had that taste in our mouth. We don't ever want to deal with that again. And this is not, that is not the way to start a relationship with a customer. So Again, look for your trade difference figure. You take dealer's pre-tax total. That's after fees, after prep, whatever they want to call it. Pre-tax total. Subtract your trade allowance, and the result is your trade difference. And that number is the best deal. Now, obviously, this video is geared more toward when you're comparing two identical trailers. This is a perfect world scenario here. If you're comparing two identical trailers, this became much easier. If you're comparing two trailers with different options, you have to understand options cost money. So the two trailers may not be an identical top line price tag. But if one trailer has $1,000 more options, but it's only $800 more trade difference, even though it's more money, it's the better deal. You know, get more stuff for less money. Bang. And that rarely happens. Take advantage of it when you can. When you're comparing two RVs from different brands, it becomes trickier. You still should do the math. Still do this, like I explained. But before you make that final call, you need to then do one extra step and say, okay, trailer A to trailer B. Trailer A does A, B, C, D, E that I like. Trailer B does A, B, C, D, E that I like. Which of those two things are more important? Then it becomes a little more subjective. But if it's just a cold calculated math situation, this will get you a step closer. This will always help you. This will never hurt you. So, ask yourself again, how many places go out of their way to help educate you on making sure you're getting the best deal? I'm not sitting here pushing a single trailer down your throat. I'm purely just educating buyers right now. If you appreciate that, I would encourage you, visit my website. And I don't care if you compare against me and run me through this process. I am not afraid to take anybody on head to head. I'll fight anybody on a level playing field. I don't always win, but we do more often than not. And that's why we sell as many as we do. So, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.